No, you can pick one. It's all good. You can in the middle. That feels like a good place to start, right? Or right there. There you go. All right. Good evening. Good morning. I'm not sure which one it is officially, but we are going to start here with our post-race media availabilities this evening from the Coca-Cola 600 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with our race winning team, which is the 11 team from Joe Gibbs Racing. We've now been joined by the crew chief, Sam McAualy, and we'll get a couple of thoughts from Sam on this victory, and then we will go to media for questions. So, Sam, before we do that, congratulations on this win tonight. I know that you were in a little bit of a unique situation. The whole team was coming into this weekend. I know Denny spoke about that yesterday after the pole win, but just talk a little bit about how this team has rallied, won the pole yesterday, won the Coke 600 today, and just kind of what all that feels like here in this moment.
Cool. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we have you.
So having, it's kind of it was a tough deal, getting two of our guys on the pit crew suspended and Gabe Hart. But, we really did a lot of pit practice this week. JGR pit department worked a lot with Mike and Nate, our two fill-ins on the pit crew, and they did a great job all night. So on that side of it, a lot of hours put in. A lot of reps for them in their new positions with Nate at Jack and Mike on the right front, left rear. So then on the car side, I think the main focus was just, we just need to bring the best car we can, like we always do. But I'd say getting the pole, that was definitely something we were really working on. And I think that was major tonight because having the new guys on the pit crew, having that built-in advantage of stall one was very beneficial for us. Just mindset of knowing we have an advantage here. We just need to, be solid, maintain, and then ultimately I think that was, that was part of the key of ensuring we were first car on four tires on that last stop.
All right, we'll now go to questions. If you have questions, raise your hand. We're going to get a mic to you. We're going to start with Matt Weaver, and then we'll work our way over to Trenton. Go ahead, Matt.
Matt Weaver, Racing America. Walk me through your day. Like, what are the nerves like, the pressure? Like, does it feel like just another race? I mean, you can't, right? Like, to go from where you started earlier today, and then you get to the finish, and things go crazy, and then you think, we've got a shot at it, and I'm on the pit box. What is that entire up and down like?
Yeah, it was definitely a very long day. I think there's a lot of talk coming into this weekend from everybody in the series that this could be one of the longest Coke 600s we've ever had, and it proved to be up there. I'd say I think that just Denny, his experience of really staying in it. There's quite a few times through the race that car wasn't right. He could make up some ground on a restart. And then we'd start to fall back a little bit on both sides of the balance. But I think the key was really just, him fighting to get those spots to keep us up there in the top 10, where we're on the back end of getting a couple stage points. And then, I think it started to turn there when he got, multiple good restarts in stage 4 to put us, and once we got to the top 5, well, now it's, the message was, we're in the top 5 with the number 1 pit stall. We can't beat them straight up, but let's just keep fighting here. And, with the race being so much attrition, so many people, falling out of the race, I think that was the biggest deal. And I think Denny understood that from the get-go and even mentioned it at one point, at halfway, like this is a survival race, kind of like it's felt at the Daytona 500 sometimes. But you also have, durability concerns and just all sorts of, things to fight the whole night.
And then you guys have access to so much data and information on top of the pick box that kind of guides you guys towards making decisions. Was there a moment in the race where you felt like some kind of pressure that this is the decision I have to make? And if so, what was that moment, that decision you had to make?
I think the way that it played out at the end with as many green laps we had on the tires, I think it was 47 or 48 green. That I'd say that the end of the race was where it really, there was one of the first big decisions. There was a couple times that we had to debate staying out or or pitting, but I'd say the last one for sure, coming down to take 4, was the hardest, and you started to feel it there of, this is a lot of pressure. But I think we were in a unique spot in the sense that we knew we needed some sort of advantage to go up there and win. We didn't really feel like we wanted to be in a position where Denny had to defend because tires were falling off quite a bit and the left sides are wearing as much as the right. So for us, it was kind of like we didn't have to question it much. Like we knew we were going to take 4 there, but that was, you could start to feel the weight of it when it comes time to do that, coming down in the end. You're welcome.
All right, Trenton, go ahead.
Hey, Trent with FrontStretch.com. It's not just Danny who this win means a lot to. It's you guys, the crew guys, the guys back at the shop. One of the crew guys told me afterwards he's been waiting 17 years for this to happen, 13 with your team. So what does this mean for you as a crew chief and the rest of the team and the guys at the shop to finally win this race?
Oh man, it's a huge race. I think I would call this my 7th Coke 600. I've had the privilege of winning the Daytona 500, but it's definitely a different feeling than the Daytona 500. And I think from a team aspect of building a car that's capable of going the full distance and being able to compete at a high level the entire night, I think it's very more so than almost any other race. You just feel like it has to be a full team effort to win this race. And I think it's a lot of guys on the team, you feel it preparing for the weekend too, just how big it is, packed stands, and it's very special for sure. It's a big deal.
Okay. Any questions upstairs in the press box? Okay. Any questions downstairs?
We're clear.
Okay, thank you. Any final questions downstairs? All right. Well, Sam, congratulations again. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.